Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Robbie Jersey. Another episode of Diary of a New York Jet Fan. So, what's going on? Um, I haven't done a video in a while, basically because I had a few things happen to me this past week financially, and I just got to adjust to it. But got a big problem with my car over like big bill and stuff. But that being said, man, so plus all this jet stuff. But a good friend of mine talked to me, man. He always motivates me, like, and I felt like I gotta say something. I felt like not say something, just say what's on my mind and all that. So everyone knows, if anyone knows me, I'm a positive Jet fan. I do have patience. I believe, like the basis of me is like I feel like a fan's job is to support the team. I love going to the games. I love tailgating with the Jet family. I love just cheering on the players, supporting them. That's me. That's who I am. And nothing's gonna change. I mean, I sat through the 1-15 season. I stayed through every game years ago. So there's not. I'm not gonna. That's not gonna sway me from not going to the games and what have you. But so we look at where the state of the Jets. So basically, I've always been like that, and I'm a big guy. I look around, I get I'm so wrapped up in the Jets world, so to speak. But I am, I listen to nationwide a lot, nationwide, sports talk host. I pay attention, to the NFL as a whole, and what I've noticed, man, is the this league is changing, man, and the Jets. We could sit there and we can criticize, and people want fire bowls. And look, I believe when I look at the whole NFL, the teams that they say are good organizations, solid organizations, are teams with good quarterbacks. And therefore, with a good quarterback, you see a good organization and it's ran. That's basically the recipe I've seen. So that being said, that's one thing I've always said. Let's get a quarterback, and it starts with stability. I believe in continuity. That's what you got to bring. So, like last year, I think when they fired the offensive coordinator, I kind of was a little annoyed. Like I always supported Bowles, and I felt like okay, but you can't have a new offensive coordinator every year. That kind of annoyed me. So now, this year comes by. His past three games have been rough. I mean, I'm recording this right after the freaking Jacksonville debacle. So that being said, man, so that's my thing. So I kind of always supported whoever's in the position, like a Bowles. Give them time, let them mold the team, whatever. But okay, back to like the view of the NFL from the NFL side. You're looking at his 2018 season. I think things are changing. Now people could say, "Oh yeah, things have been changed offensively, and they favor the offense for the past few years." But this year, I think took a big leap. Like you got like guys like usually wide receivers make money, but not ridiculous money. Like look at Odell Beckham's contract, and now last year was like what's a catch or it was a catch problem. Now everything's a catch. It's like oh don't touch the quarterback. It's more and more offensive driven, right? So I feel like that's the trend. Then you look at the Rams had a defensive guy Jeff Fisher switched them out. And look at them now. You could say Philly did that. Well, Philly, Reed was offense, but they went in a different. I mean, no, it was not Reed. It was Chip before that, but they were still staying offense. But look at them. They're an offensive-minded team, And it was a couple other teams out there. You can say the Bears. The Bears switched from a defensive-minded coach to an offensive coach, and the Bills haven't had success yet. But the Bills did the same thing. So when you're looking around the league, that's the trend that's going on, right? Whether it's successful or just the beginning of stages, everyone's really got an offensive mind in charge. And you could have made the argument you didn't need it with the Jets because there really wasn't a quarterback in place. Now you have a quarterback in place in Sam Darnold, where it probably makes so much sense. So I'm sitting there watching these games, and much as I love and support Bowles, I'm thinking in my head, looking around, is the NFL view, okay, this team probably and Sam would probably benefit better with an offensive minded guy. So that's where my mind is. So let's bring it up to the Jets situation. So, like, I don't even want to talk about the games because the defense, they created 3 turnovers, but they gave up like 503 yards. Ridiculousness. A lot of people, fireballs and this and that. My gut feeling is saying it's week 4. You gotta let it go. Let it just play out. But at this point, you're looking, and I'm looking, and it's like it's gonna go. It's trending towards firing balls. And then I was thinking, like, okay, with that offensive mind theory that I put out there, what's gonna make Bowles stay with the New York Jets? Meaning, how can he save his job? And I think the only way Bowles can save his job has nothing to do with him. Like, so we have defensive talented players. I think anybody defensive coordinators come in and make this defense work. It's I don't think that's like I don't think that's a concern, you know. So so I think outside of Bowles making the Jets the 85 Bears, which seems like impossible at this point, I don't see that happening, right? So then I look at it like this. Look, the key to the New York Jets, no matter what, is Sam Darnold. The development of Sam Darnold. Everyone says that. It's a development of Sam Darnold. So if this offense doesn't get going and you don't see a huge jump or a leap or the arrow don't start pointing up with Bates and Sam, in other words, if you don't see no high production, I know everyone's going to bring, well, the offensive line needs this and that. It's true. But there's no spark. There's no spark and there's no production from this offense. Why keep Bowles? Why keep Bates? Now, if there's a spark, if there's production, and you start seeing them trending up, and then there's probably that's what might save his job. But like I said, there's 12 games, so freaking early. But that's my take on it. I don't even think Bowles controls this. I think controls his future, so to speak. But I think that's where the Jets are right now. Like, you look around the league and you look at KC and you just look around the league and that's where it's trending. So that being said, man, it's 1-3. It's tough. I love Jet fans. I love hanging out with them. I love talking. As long as you respect my opinion, I respect yours. I saw a petition going on to fireballs. I saw a bunch of people fireballs, do this, do that. Look, they invested in the balls. They're paying him. Let him do his job. Let him get out of this mess. You don't, you know. I just think the stacks. I think it's stacked against him to succeed. And what is success? What can he do to save his job? I mean, a lot of people put record. I think record is so foolish. Like, I don't care if this team trended to be 8-8 or trended to be 7-9, and Sam isn't productive. It's really defenses, turnovers, or it's more. Is that enough to keep his job? I don't think so. I just think that you need the Sam is your baby. He has to. It has to work with him. I think he's the most important person in this organization right now. And that's where I think it's at. So I think a lot of people are going crazy, and a lot of fans are going nuts, farm and this and that. I understand they like to vent and this and that. I'm not that type. I'm not like I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? You could beat me up, punch me. I'm gonna get back up, wipe the dirt off, and stand up and fight you. So That being said, man, still 12 games left. Man, I just think it's trending that way. It's not, outside of seeing that production from Bates, what are you gonna get? And I think that's what's gonna happen. So it sucks though, because even if you fire balls, and that's what everyone wants, a sentence wants. I'm a continuity guy, and I believe in continuity. So now you're gonna ask all these rookies, these young guys, Lee's starting to show a little some production. Now you're gonna be starting all over again. And I think you can overcome it, but it just sucks, man. You know what makes New England so good, and even teams like the Steelers, and even though the Steelers are on a rough patch right now, but for the most part, they've been solid over the years. All these teams have had the same type of offense, same type of defense, and they don't have to install nothing in the training camp and OTAs. They just say roll out the same playbook, and the guys know it, and the guys can teach the new guys, and it's like clockwork. And I think that's what you need to be a good team. But that's where it's trending, I think. And so pretty much, it's it's a sober moment in Jet land, so to speak. Everyone's upset, everyone's mad, this and that. But you know what, man? I think that's where I stand on it. I think this team would be better suited with an offensive minded coach. And then the other thing is, I'm thinking is the next three games is going to be very telling. Can On this whole season. I'm not. Like, let's take it one game at a time. But you're 1-3. You got three games at home. You lose the next three at home, and you come out at 1-6. You're done. You're done. And the reason why I say you're done is like you can't lose three at home. Three straight at home. That's what you're supposed to build some momentum. That's the games where I think that Sam is going to be playing at 1 o'clock. He can get into a regular routine during the week. This way you can build your confidence up. I mean, people are already saying like, "Oh, the Jets will probably be out of these homestand be 1-2." Out of these two, win one out of them. You know what? That's probably more likely. That's what people would think. I think though, if the Jets want, if Bowles or any of these guys or Sam, you would love to see them go 2-1 at home the next three and build some confidence and momentum with the offense. Regardless, that's what I think you would like to see. But if that don't happen, the trend's only gonna get bigger. And that's how I feel about it. So, I'm looking forward to Sunday, seeing everyone at MetLife, and hoping for a win. And the Broncos ain't no team to sneeze at. They're a tough team, but they're playing Monday night, a short week for them. They got to travel to West Coast. Just got to put it together and win. That's all I got to say, man. So peace out. Jets, 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 Jets. That's it, baby.